If the ownership of this house isn't transferred to me, I'll file for divorce. The words hit me like a slap. This house was never just brick and cement to me. It carried the warmth of my childhood, my parents' laughter echoing in the walls, the quiet comfort of family dinners, and now my husband was threatening to tear it away, using our marriage as leverage. Shaking, I called my father. My name is Emily. I'm 30 years old, a full-time housewife. 2 years ago, I married John. After the wedding, I left my job, and since then he has been the sole breadwinner. For a while, our life was peaceful. Everything changed after my father-in-law passed away. Without warning, my mother-in-law moved in. I found out only a day before her arrival. I forgot to tell you, John said casually when he came home from work. Mom's moving in tomorrow. Make sure the house is cleaned up. I stared at him, thinking he meant she was visiting. Moving in? I repeated. Yes, she'll live with us from now on. The decision had already been made. I hadn't been consulted. The next day, she arrived with several large suitcases. It's been a while. You look well, Mary. Please come in. I greeted her politely. She barely acknowledged me. Why didn't you come to the station to pick me up? She snapped. Isn't it common sense to meet your mother-in-law when she's carrying heavy luggage? I didn't know what time you were arriving. Then you should have asked. How thoughtless. I'm sorry. They're right about some daughters-in-law being useless. She lowered herself onto the sofa as if she owned the place. From that moment on, the criticism never stopped. The minute John left for work, it began. Emily, why are you sitting there? Wash the dishes. And why isn't the laundry done yet? Everyone knows it should be finished in the morning. I'll do it right after the dishes. You have no priorities. In my house, laundry is done immediately after breakfast. But I usually... Stop making excuses. Didn't your parents teach you better? No matter what I did, it was wrong. Even when I followed her instructions exactly, she found something to complain about. Being alone with her during the day felt suffocating. Eventually, I reached my limit. Then I remembered the house my father had given me. A few months earlier, my parents had retired early and moved to the countryside. Before leaving, they transferred ownership of their home to me. It wasn't far from our apartment, and John and I had once talked about moving there someday. Someday came sooner than planned. John, can we talk? I asked one evening. Sure, what's wrong? What do you think about moving into the house my father gave us? He looked surprised. Now? Why? I'm struggling with your mother. Maybe she hasn't said anything to you, but I can't keep living like this. The house was close enough that Mary could stay in the apartment. After a moment's thought, John agreed. To my surprise, Mary didn't object either. Oh, that's wonderful, she said with a wide smile when we told her. Your father is so generous. Her easy acceptance unsettled me, but I ignored the feeling. A week later, we moved. For the first time in months, I felt free. No constant criticism, no heavy footsteps following me from room to room. I could breathe again. But the peace didn't last. John began coming home late. Sometimes he didn't come home at all. I'm worried about Mom, he would say. She's alone. At first, I understood, but it became routine. He would go to her apartment without telling me, eat dinner there, and occasionally stay overnight. I would cook and wait, only to learn later that he wasn't coming back. One evening, I confronted him. John, you've been coming home late almost every day, sometimes not at all. Have I? He replied lightly. I'm just concerned about my mother. That's not the issue. At least tell me beforehand so I don't prepare dinner. You're at home all day anyway. Just eat the leftovers for lunch tomorrow. I stared at him. So because I'm a housewife, I should just accept everything quietly? Isn't that the truth? He scoffed. Housewives have it easy. You relax at home. What are you talking about? He brushed it off. Anyway, Ellie's coming back soon. I need to discuss something with her. Ellie? Your sister? What about? We're moving her in here. I froze. Moving in? Here? Yeah, she's been saying she misses living in a big house like the one she had overseas. This place is perfect. My mind went blank. I had just escaped from living with his mother. And now his sister was moving into my father's house. The house that meant everything to me. The house he was now demanding I transfer into his name. I inherited the house from my father. It wasn't just property, it was security, memory, and love built into walls and floors. But to my husband, it was simply the only big house good enough for Ellie. The apartment is too small for 4 people, he argued. Mom lives there now. It won't work. I never agreed to live with Ellie, I said firmly. I don't plan to live together at all. John's expression hardened. I've decided to give this house to Ellie. My ears rang. What did you just say? We're moving back in with my mother. Ellie can use this house however she likes. For a moment, I thought I might faint. The audacity of it was overwhelming. I told you, I'm not going back to live with your mother. Can't you be more considerate? He snapped. You live comfortably because of me. Just do as I say. Stop joking. This house is precious to me. My father gave it to me. Why should I hand it over to your sister? It's wasted on you, he said coldly. I already told Ellie I secured her a large house. I can't take it back now. Not once had he asked my opinion. I won't accept this, I said. You're always complaining. Think about it calmly. I'm going back to Mom's. He slammed the door behind him. I collapsed into a chair, tears streaming down my face. The man I married had decided, without hesitation, to give away my inheritance as if it were his to distribute. From then on, he bombarded me with messages. Have you calmed down? Come back soon. Every time, I replied the same way, I will not agree. Then one evening, during a phone call, he dropped another blow. When are you coming to live with me? He demanded. I've told you, I'm not moving in with your mother. I'm not giving this house to Ellie. I already promised her. Stop being selfish. She might return this week. Why should I sacrifice my house for your family? Even Mom is furious with you. That's not my responsibility. You're ignoring my feelings. He sighed loudly, irritation dripping through the line. If you won't listen, then let's divorce. Give the house to Ellie and leave by tomorrow. In that instant, something inside me broke. Divorce used as a threat, as a weapon. Are you serious? I asked quietly. Of course. What will you do without me? You're just a housewife. You can't survive alone. Enough, I said. Good. Move here tomorrow. Mom's looking forward to disciplining you. He hung up, confident I would submit. But instead of collapsing, I became clear-headed. The next morning, I called him. By the way, I said casually, when is Ellie coming back? Tomorrow. Why are you obsessed with her? I heard she made a lot from stock investments. So, maybe if we give her the house, she'll help us financially. Don't worry, I said calmly, I've already moved. Silence. What do you mean you've moved? I did as you asked. Where are you? I'm at my parents' countryside home. I won't be returning. He sounded oddly relieved. Fine, as long as I can give the house to Ellie. It doesn't matter where you live. It'll cost you $3,300,000. What? I put the house up for sale. If you want to give it to Ellie, buy it, then you can hand it to her. Are you insane? No, the house was still under my father's name. I asked him to sell it. That part was true. My father had always told me, if anything happens, call me. You can live there or sell it. I'll support you. The valuation came back at $3. $3 million. I agreed immediately. John exploded. You did this without asking me? I don't need your permission. We're divorcing, remember? You'll regret this. You don't even have a job. I'd rather struggle alone than stay married to you. Ellie can't afford that. If she's so successful, surely she can. She can't. That's too much. He had no plan, just entitlement. I was done. Did you think threatening divorce would scare me? Being a housewife doesn't make me your property. I won't be controlled by you or your family anymore. Go live with your mother. Before he could respond, I hung up and blocked him. I hired a lawyer immediately and filed for divorce. It took time, but the court recognized his coercion and financial manipulation. The divorce was finalized in my favor. John and his mother still live in that cramped apartment. As for Ellie, when she learned there was no mansion waiting for her, She turned around and went back overseas. John's grand plan to depend on his sister's money collapsed. Now he struggles financially, paying alimony while supporting his mother. As long as he remains tied to that selfish dynamic, nothing in his life will grow. As for me, I moved to the countryside. The air is cleaner here. The mornings are quiet. I found a clerical job at a small company through a neighbor's introduction. It's not glamorous, but it's honest work, and it's mine. I live comfortably, peacefully. Most importantly, I live without fear. For the first time in years, I feel free, and I intend to stay by my parents' side, repaying the love they gave me when I needed it most.